If you want the best gains in the market, that means crypto. But I'm not going to give you a list of 10 coins that are about to 100x because that's not what you need. What you need is the data that tells you when it's time to buy and when it's time to sell. Big brain stuff, I know. People paid $20,000 or more for this chart because it's called the top of the market 3 times in a row. We go over it, how it relates to this banana, and 2 more charts you can use to your advantage in this video. In less than 7 minutes, you'll know exactly when to buy and sell crypto. Chart number 1 is called the Bitcoin Cycle Top Finder, and it comes from Global Macro Investor. The founder is huge in the crypto space. Raul Pal, I call him Crypto Papi, don't make it weird. Hi, I'm Raj. On this channel, we talk about money, and I've spent the past 7 years investing in crypto. I've lost money, I've made even more, and that's only because I started using data to make better decisions. We need to understand chart number 1 first, then we can go over what this banana means. On the x-axis is the year. On the y-axis is nothing. My middle school math teacher would have taken 10 points off my grade for that. Good thing good grades don't correlate to making a lot of money. Why it's blank is because how this chart is created is unknown. This is the Krabby Patty secret formula of crypto, but instead of getting a fry cook with ADHD to guard it, they put it behind a large paywall and don't tell us how the burger is made. But this chart does tell us 3 things. Number 1, Bitcoin does top. When the euphoria phase hits, everyone is making so much more money, it feels like it's up only forever. This chart spikes when tops come in and serves as proof that there are metrics out there that tell us it's time to get out of the market. Number 2, big money players are using data to figure out when to exit. It's proof that the wealthiest people are using information to their advantage and are willing to invest heavily to get an edge. Don't worry, charts 2 and 3 in this video are completely free to access, but you have to know them both to get your own edge. Number 3, it's a great visual example of what Raul Pal calls the banana zone, where crypto experiences rapid upward price action. From this tweet in January of 2025, Raul is theorizing that we've experienced banana zone phase number 1, with Bitcoin rapidly moving up. Up next is phase 2, or alt season, where altcoins follow. And then phase 3, where winners of the market run up, exploding to higher highs. That's a prediction from the former head of European hedge fund sales at Goldman Sachs. Not a guarantee. So of course, that post in this video isn't financial advice. He's estimated to be worth $350 million, so he's a better opinion than most people we know in real life. Unless you want to pay to access the chart, we will only see it months after it's useful or maybe never again. Enter chart number 2, the Bitcoin Exchange Reserve. This chart measures all of the Bitcoin on exchanges at any given time, and it's huge for us to understand this because it uses on-chain metrics. This chart isn't super useful on its own, but when it's paired with chart number 3, it's the crypto 1-2 punch. Anyone can look at a blockchain and see exactly what's going on. If you're not using on-chain metrics and you're in crypto, it's like trying to get out of a dark cave without using any light while holding onto a flashlight. Now you have to look very carefully at this chart to understand it. There's the price of Bitcoin, then there's the Bitcoin on the exchange. From this point, we can see the price is going down and the exchange Bitcoin is going down as well, which I would interpret as bullish given there's less Bitcoin ready to be sold on the exchanges. Now, if you look over here, we see the price going up, but also the exchange Bitcoin is going down. I would interpret this as bullish again because less Bitcoin is on exchanges. If and when we see a large volume of Bitcoin flooding back onto the exchanges, that would mean that people could be getting ready to sell on the exchange as opposed to taking the Bitcoin and putting it on an external wallet. As an added bonus, you can find the same data for Ethereum as well. So that's great for information about crypto on exchanges, but what about off exchanges? That brings us to chart number 3, the Bitcoin net unrealized profit and loss chart. You now have enough background information to make this chart extremely useful. For you, this is so cut and dry. It's that crypto on long time frames just got set to easy mode. You and I both know there are other people that exist and they all have their own bags. So this chart lets us see other people's bags. Again, taking advantage of on-chain metrics. It's like seeing other people's cards in a game of poker. The explanation gets a little tricky. It's okay if you don't get it 100% on the first pass. It might need some time to soak in, but the chart is visually easier to understand and we'll go over all of it. This chart takes the market value or the price of Bitcoin and then takes the realized value, which is the price of each Bitcoin when it was last moved. In other words, the last time it was sent from one wallet to another. It then adds up all those individual prices and takes an average of them. Then it multiplies that average price by the total number of coins in circulation. By subtracting realized value from market value, we calculate unrealized profit and loss. Unrealized profit and loss estimates the total paper profits and losses in Bitcoin Bitcoin held by investors. Then, unrealized profit and loss is divided by market cap to give us the net Bitcoin unrealized profit and loss. If that doesn't make any sense, the chart is easier. The lower the blue line, that means people holding Bitcoin are at a loss, and the higher it gets, people are in a position of profit and are more likely to sell. As that profit level, aka blue line, gets closer to 50% and above, according to the chart, that is the top end of the market. When it breaks into that red euphoria greed level at the very top, historically that's the end of the parabolic run, because that's when most people holding Bitcoin are in profit and sell to lock in a gain. If you look closely, we don't spend a lot of time there, days, maybe a few weeks at most. And the best times to buy happens in the green capitulation zone, where we spend a lot more time, typically several months. It's the most straightforward way of looking at crypto on long time frames. So we learned big players are using data to get an edge. On-chain metrics enable us to see that data, and a couple simple free charts exist that we can use as part of our overall crypto strategy. If you notice, these charts are great for Bitcoin, which leads the market, but not necessarily for altcoins where the real crazy multiple X returns happen. I spent most of my time in the altcoin market, so to give you even more of an advantage, I reviewed over 800 of my own crypto transactions from the past 7 years. I share with you what worked and what didn't work, so now you have a choice to make. Sydney Sweeney eating hot wings or my video. Lock in, bro. Lock in. This is a test. Stay with me. Link in the description if you're on mobile.